On most Minecraft servers, items have value. You mine for them, you craft for them, you trade for them. But on 2b2t, the oldest Anarchy server in Minecraft history, there have been moments where all of that meant nothing, because of dupes. Throughout 2b2t's history, players have discovered ways to duplicate items, sometimes just a few stacks, sometimes entire inventories, sometimes enough to crash the entire server's economy overnight. Today, we're going through every major dupe in 2b2t history, what they were, how they worked, and what they did to the server. Let's get into it. Before we dive in, a quick explainer for anyone new to the concept. A dupe, short for duplication glitch, is an exploit in Minecraft that allows players to create copies of items that shouldn't exist. Instead of 1 stack of diamonds, you suddenly have 2, or 10, or 1,000. On a normal server, these get patched quickly and the damage is minimal. On 2b, where there are no admins actively monitoring the game, dupes can run for a few hours to several years before anyone does anything about them. And in that window, the entire economy of the server, built on rare items, gear, and materials, can be completely destroyed. The history of 2b2t is, in many ways, the history of its dupes. 2b2t first came online in 2010. In those early days, the server was a very different place. The player base was small, the world was relatively fresh, and the game itself was far more exploitable than it is today. The first notable dupe discovered on 2b2t was the Piston dupe. Found in 2011, this exploit let players duplicate items through pushing them with a sticky piston and a piston. For a server this young, the impact was significant, as Face Punch used it to duplicate blocks in the Face Punch war. It set the tone for everything that would come after. In 2013, players discovered the Minecraft portal dupe. The exploit worked by pushing a minecart into a portal and getting the contents out before it entered the portal. It was discovered by Kiershar and didn't spread much through the community. What made this dupe notable was how it was the reason to how Buckley became powerful. Within a few weeks, it was utilized by Buckley and Camtown and made these groups rise to power. A few years after, another exploit emerged, the 1111 dupe, discovered on the 11th of the 11th, 2016. This one worked differently. It occurred when a player intentionally gets kicked while dropping an item at the same time. Unlike the previous dupe, this one was the largest dupe in all of 2b2t up to its point. It was extremely widespread and was an extremely easy way to dupe mass quantities of items. The dupe was found by Chunker, a notorious griefer and programmer known for finding dupes. It was patched in a few weeks on the 28th of the 11th, 2016, but not before many players' stashes were found through a backdoor on a client that made the dupe easier to do. In 2017, the donkey dupe hit the server. The donkey dupe worked through getting a donkey to half a heart, putting shulker boxes inside its inventory, then sending it through a portal to die by a cactus on the other side, duping its contents by spitting them back into the overworlds. This exploit was particularly impactful because of how short it was, only lasting 3 days, while still managing to devalue many items and being one of the biggest dupes in 2b2t history. Because of how widespread it was used by almost everyone on the server at the time. This was overall one of the most influential dupes in 2b history. But of all the dupes in 2b2t's history, only a few compare to the crafting dupe. In 2017, the crafting dupe was discovered by Chunker. What made this one unlike anything before it was how unique it was. In the space of just 1 day, players had stacks of unstackable items such as totems. This forever changed the server, as from that point onwards, people had access to illegals, which were 64 stacked items that held significant value due to their utility. To this day, this dupe is still used due to Housemaster not properly patching the stackability issue, in FitMC being able to bypass the revert back to 1 by putting the item through a hopper to still keep the stack, and a lot of people followed this as well. Of course, 2B2T's dupe history didn't stop there. In more recent years, a few dupes such as the Ice Dupe and Trident Dupe were discovered. The server's community had grown significantly by this point, which meant exploits spread faster than ever, and so did the drama around them. Dupes such as the Trident Dupe and Core Protect Dupe held significant impact, yet were patched relatively quickly. Whether there are more dupes waiting to be discovered is anyone's guess. On a server this old, running on a game that is from 2009, it seems almost inevitable. Looking back across 16 years of 2B2T history, it's clear that dupes weren't just glitches. They were events, turning points, moments that defined the eras of the server. Every major exploit reshaped the world in some way, flooding economies with rare items, shifting power between factions, and forcing players to constantly redefine what actually had value on a server with no rules. From the earliest days of the server all the way to the 2026 Core Protect Dupe, 2B2T's relationship with duplication exploits has been unlike anything else in Minecraft history. Whether you see them as disasters or as defining moments, they're an undeniable part of what makes 2B2T 2B2T. If I missed any other dupes, or if any of the details are off, drop a correction in the comments. I'll pin the best ones. If you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more 2B2T history.